I want to start with a big thank you to everybody who was helping me and encouraging me along the way. 6,000 plus subscribers. Wow, that is really make me keep going. It is at this stage over 90 videos per month that I'm trying to keep up with dailies, weeklies, monthlies, with your X series. So if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe, like, and comment and share. That means a lot to me, and I really love you for it. Also, if you did not join my Facebook page, please do, because every entry, so every like, follow, share, comment is going to count as one entry toward a contest at the end of the May. I think June the 1st, I'm going to draw for 3 winners for May 20-minute readings. So join in and take your chance in this. Also, this is the last 2 weeks that you have your X readings at $45. These readings will go up as of 1st of June. So this is a really good time for you to basically take advantage of that. And also with me, once when you become my client, then you get a coupon, and that way you can take advantage of any of the deals that are not on special. Lastly, I really want to talk about my new channel, Sapphire Dreams. The channel is dedicated to healing, spirituality, and energy work. In this channel, I'm going to teach you various things such as meditations. You can check my cutting cord meditations. This is going to be really introduced because that's a really, really good remedy for soaking up negativity as well as deodorizing the place. So check it out and join that as well. So that's it. Without further ado, let's jump into your bi-weeklies from May 15th to May 31st. Love you. Hi Leo, welcome to your bi-weeklies. So let's see what do you have in the cards in these 2 weeks. The bottom of this deck is 6 of Wands reversed. So some of you don't think that you got enough adoration and admiration, possibly. Some of you feel that maybe there is kind of a feeling that you didn't win in something, and the others might feel kind of like that maybe it was a project that slipped through your fingers. And the other deck says stay optimistic about your love life, and positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Lovely. So let's see what basically is happening here. In the past, over here, you have finances and career, and financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. And again, financial issues and feeling being left out in the cold, maybe putting the ends together. This doesn't mean like you are poor at all. It could mean that you're trying to be better. This is basically calling into you, kind of trying to figure out your resources, maybe work the budget, and maybe you took certain things for granted, maybe, and it's referring to the finances and career. Like, I mean, maybe it's time for a fresh... My apologies, but I'm actually experiencing technical problems, and I do have to say that maybe it's going to take me a few takes to do that. I dealt with that and getting the completely new camera, which is still under warranty, but I really hope that I can release this in peace, but it is kind of like painful. So anyway, what I was saying here about the finances and career, that you kind of like feel that maybe you have to attend to certain matters. Just be careful, and this could mean that maybe you were overspending. This could mean that, like, devil generally to me talks about being attracted to imbalance, being attracted to gambling, overspending, you know, getting this Burberry purse for $4,000 that really you don't dare to even take anywhere with you. But it's also talking about making a choice, taking an action, or deciding to stay in a situation that is contrary to your best interest. So be very careful about that. And this is maybe something that you have already experienced and dealt with it, because in the root basically of your reading for these 2 weeks, you have chemistry and you have the Magician. So certain things are turning around in your basically Taroscope. It says there is a strong magnetic attraction here, and the Magician talks about uplifting, kind of like figuring out, okay, well, wait a minute, I'm a leader, I can actually move forward, I have the tools for it. And this talks about, okay, you know what, it talks about push and pull regarding your finances. Like maybe you're holding on to your finances for such a long time, then released and overspend, and this is talking about mastery over this as well. And Queen of Wands, this is you, and this is kind of like coming and blossoming, like as you can tell. Look at this card is full of these beautiful sunflowers. This talks about really looking at the sun, like waking up, getting out of depression, sort of like stepping in. Queen of Wands is a go-getter. She gets her things done. She is charismatic. Everybody wants to look up to her. Like, I mean, it's the person literally who would be celebrity. It's the person who everybody kind of wants to follow. Somebody who cares and helps others. And this is kind of in the domain of inspiration and passion. So you are kind of like revisiting yourself, and this is the chemistry. I think this is like you finding your own resources to manifest things and to be cautious with how you go about it. So this is kind of talking about a proper planning. Now, the start of this is flirt and Six of Cups. There is somebody from your past, Leo. Extend your light-hearted energy to others. And Six of Chalices or Six of Cups talks about the memories. It is somebody who we already know. It is maybe something from the past that we already experienced that is actually reminding us of the people that we flirt with. Maybe it is something from the past that is coming to the surface. Maybe there is something that we currently are not nourished, but we have been nourished in the past and we are looking back to it. Maybe this is really a children card and kind of figuring out how to be a better mother. Or maybe this is also going in a new direction. Kind of flirt can actually talk about just simply releasing the past, because this kind of talk about the past, and this is some kind of lack of nourishment. And King of Chalices is basically, it can represent a water sign, but it can also represent a manipulator. It can represent somebody who tells you everything you want to hear. But you know what? You're kind of leaving this behind you. You are kind of, you dealt with this, because look where you're going. You're going to let go of control issues and allow the situation to unfold naturally. So you're going from this Queen of Wands to Queen of Pentacles, and Queen of Pentacles is the one who commands the attention. The Queen of Pentacles is the one who packs the lunches, who takes care of everybody, who cares and helps others understand the physical world, resources and finances. So it looks like you got a hold of your kind of devils over here. This is also the card of a wife, and like, I mean, maybe striving to get there. Yeah, control issues. And look, Knave of Swords, this is some kind of spying and some kind of anxiety. Looks like, again, being a Leo, you are probably a little territorial. Like, we are all territorial, but you're a little bit more territorial than anybody else. So this is all talking about trying to find your center, trying to find who you are without resorting to kind of control the issue, because, you know, ultimately you have to be who you are. And you should be this Queen of Wands, not so much Queen of Pentacles. You cannot be everything to everybody. You don't even have to try. And this is basically telling you, look, you have to let go of the issues that didn't work in order to create a better you, because the quality of you can modify, but you still have to be who you are. And you are driven with passion, Leo, and the passion really, really helps you. So altogether, I think that you'll be maybe facing your own anxieties, facing why you're feeling them, and look to your fear right in your eyes. And it's kind of really interesting what happens when you go, okay, I really fear this. I would really hate this, would embarrass me. I cannot make this happen. And then you look at it and say, well, wait a minute, what would happen if it happens? And you might feel this kind of like knot in the stomach. that you're letting it go. But guess what? If the person comes back to you after you release it, then you know what? This is the real thing. And I think you're getting there. And that's why kind of like this entire lighter energy will be around you. And that light energy is very appealing, because imagine that you're coming to an attic that is closed, windows are closed, it's all dust, and you're coughing, and kind of maybe it's interesting, but it's still old. Or if all of a sudden you open the window and there's this fresh air. So that's the feeling that you're actually moving from one to another. What is crowning you is give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership, and wash a new injection. But there is like obviously either that you still feel or it could be that you feel certain about your relationship. But again, it's telling you, come on, calling you to be yourself. Now you have a Queen of Wands and have a King of Wands. This is talking about you being a couple, actually, but it's also talking that there are still some issues, either the third party, but you are winning in this issue. You are winning because, like, I mean, both cards are upright, but this is kind of like certain things that are still in your way. And I think these are the controlling issues, that this is some kind of fears that you really have to look in the eyes and see what it is. And I'm wondering if this is connecting to this Devil card. You know, sometimes we get some things in our heads. Each of us has a different thing. We have our own crosses to bear. And then when you get it in our head and it's literally the most important thing, all of a sudden to somebody else it would not mean a thing, and to us means the world. So you have to kind of position this and see if this kind of is maybe your case as well. What is right in front of you? True love. This is the romance of a lifetime, but it's also Knight of Swords reverse. So that romance of a lifetime, it's kind of like in a really interesting stage, because there may be some kind of harsh words. It might at times feel it's not going anywhere, but this is saying you're cutting through all this kind of crap. And Queen of Swords, lie down her sword over here. She is somebody who is not mincing words. She's somebody who is not wasting time, and somebody who cares and really helps with others and helps them with exploring. The key over here is to remember that communication needs to improve. So how do you feel? You feel that you're willing to trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith. And then you have the Fool card. And Fool is basically element of air, which means it's a really compatible element to you, and it's igniting you. And if you were lacking trust, this kind of like means that you are able to shed this discomfort, rejection, or feeling of not being adequate, and you're willing to try completely different things and go about it the right way. And you see, like, it's a kitty trying to get to this kind of cushion place, and it's doing this by actually completely trying new things. See, the kitty is trying to see what is on the ships. Are ships coming back home? Basically what this means is, what is the new direction I'm taking and how do I take it? It's kind of like figuring out where to go. It's still either of those are not moving parts. Both of them are very much thoughts, and you're still dealing with certain issues with some past events. The Death reversed means that certain things still didn't transform. They are still in the process of transforming, and that they really should transform. And what didn't transform is something that is creating you discomfort. And it's probably connecting to those Three of Swords. Because, and this is your environment. It's attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying a moment fully. And then you have Seven of Swords, which talks about, right, you feel that maybe people are not completely honest to you. You're wondering about the true motivations. You're wondering if you're going to be kind of left out. And Knight of Pentacles reversed talks about wondering if somebody or something is worth your investment. But nonetheless, you're proceeding, because you're going from 7 to 8. You're proceeding extremely cautiously, or you're getting advice in your environment to proceed really cautiously. So I guess you're going back to this trust, because this card is freezing many people cold when you kind of like really get this feeling of, oh my gosh, something has been taken away from me. and kind of like feeling maybe this is not worth it for me. But at the same time, 8 of Swords, which is the next one from 7, and it's reversed, so it's not in a full, right? So here with me, like somebody took something away from you and you hid away, and now you're contemplating how to go about it. But here it's almost like 1.5, because it's a little bit better than in the upright position. Here feeling of being stuck, of again the communication issue, and communication issue is about something really being grounded. Like, I mean, King of Pentacles is again somebody very practical, somebody who is, you know, well, reversed, it could be somebody who is really not using the authority properly. It is connected to professional and physical world, resources and finances, so real estate. And it could be kind of like any financial dealings that you have with, or if you're in a marriage, maybe you would feel that maybe there is like resources are being overspent, that somebody just like taking this away from you. But at the same time, this being reversed means, you know what, you're realizing and figuring out how to move forward with this. And you might even get other people to help you with this. Hopes and fears. Well, you fear unrequited love. You fear that you're not being told the truth. But you hope, and this is like Ace of Swords reversed, you hope Knave of Chalices, and you hope Judgment. Knave of Chalices is a lovely card. It's like really innocent love. It's kind of really writing poetry to each other and really having that nice butterfly stage. So, and Judgment talks about kind of like bringing things from the past to the surface and clearing them out and see what happens. And it's again letting go of control issues, and let's see why it is. Let's deal with this. So, right, hopes and fears are really tells me that some of you may be in a relationship that you're trying to reach a decision on what to do with this. Others could be dealing with maybe some hurt from the past and are now getting ready to maybe cut issues apart inside of you and start moving on and finally feeling ownership by actually closing this chapter for good. So basically what is it saying here? Release your ex and not. So anybody you dealt with that you feel it's just like not a preoccupation. This is not recording again. Let's hope if I will be able to finish, because this is again acting up. It says release your ex and 9 of Pentacles reversed. 9 of Cups reversed. It talks about selfish preoccupation with your own needs, but at the same time release your own ex. So it's talking about the balance. Look, you have to let go of things. The time has come to clearer energy. It's not necessarily the ex-boyfriend. It is like ex anything that bothers you, ex anything that you didn't like it. Face your fear again. And it's talking about not going to extreme, like pendulum swings both ways, so not go from one extreme to another, not go from, okay, now I will never do this and I will never kind of do that, because that talks about this imbalance. And it could be internal process, internally going in and trying to remove any fire while you are making this decision, because you got here the Hangman and you got here Knave of Wands. This is talking about sort of not charging ahead, and this is also talking about looking at things from a different perspective. So this is really, really good, kind of cleansing all these old things and charging ahead with a completely new, lighter energy. I think, Leo, you're coming to your own. You are really able to sift through. You'll have 2 productive weeks. So